Madam Speaker, I just want to add my voice, but I also want to say that people with disability must also be given, when we are doing this amendment, Madam Speaker, we shall amend at a later stage to include persons with disability in this amendment, Madam Speaker. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak on this.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Jackson Kosgei, nominated member.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think my colleague team has handled. I wish to have a voice here that in this bill, as we do amendment, Madam Speaker, it must come out very clear in treating what one would consider as a bureaucratic marginalization, a silent policy that removes certain people and denies them certain enjoyment in public service. So one such is a silence on, is it 80, section 80 of this amendment? It is not mentioning and coming out clearly to include persons with disability as one of the targeted in terms of making it clear on the retirement. It has been done well in the Public Finance Management Act. This must also be reflected in the public service, that persons with disability retire at the age of 65. We have a case, Madam Speaker, somebody, Francis Mutembei, from Central Bank, who was retired 2022 at the age of 60, and the bank would not consider even the public service circular that came out in 2012, and also the subsequent amendment on the Public Finance Management Act, because in some laws it is not recognizing. And I think this is the right time, Madam Speaker, this is considered and be reflected in law. So I think, as team mentioned, Honorable, that later on in this detailed amendment, I plead with the mover to accept that this be made an outstanding, identifiable area of treatment by this particular law. Second, Madam Speaker, is that, as my colleagues have said, this is to deal with the issue of acting that has been witnessed in public offices. I think it is important to be clear on this because some officers have acted in offices perpetually without any consideration. And when the new recruitment is done, some of them are thrown out, yet they have carried out a good work in the service simply because of other consideration. And finally, it is why I support is because our population generally, as a country, is a young nation. We have the population at over 50%, and I think the best way to do it is to find a way of absorbing them, this being one of the ways and not the only way, but we must balance between experience, what the nation needs, and not punish and use age as a punitive alternative for us to get a room for someone else. We don't have to deny one to give another, but we need to balance between the two considerations. With that, Madam Speaker, I support the bill.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Rahim Dawood, member for North Imenti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to join my colleagues I would request to be protected.
I can see that you are upstanding. The Honorable Order member for North Imenti. The Honorable, I don't want to use your other name. The Honorable Felix. Because I can see where you are on the screen, I'm very sure that we'll get to you. What was your intention? Because you rose on your feet and you are raising up your hands. I'm just sticking on the screen. Honorable members, we have very clear instructions. If you do not have a card, I am not going to allow you.